Yeah, bro. So Roblox just launched a brand new quick chat system for players who can't use regular text chat, like unverified. And somehow they managed to chip a feature where you can tell someone to fall back and hold your position as if we're on a war game, but at the same time you can't say hello. That's not an exaggeration, that's literally what they built. So, for context, this quick word system was designed for players who are either unverified or restricted from using full text chat. So instead of typing freely, they get a set of pre-approved buttons they can tap to communicate. And it's reasonable since it gives restricted players some way to interact without opening up free text chat. But as always with Roblox, the execution of the idea is something fucked up. So the first thing anyone does when they join a game and see another player is say hello. I mean that's obvious, right? Right? It's the most basic social interaction that exists. Roblox built an entire communication system for a social gaming platform and didn't include a single button for hi, hello, hey, or any variation of a greeting. They also left out please and thank you. So you can't greet someone or be polite using the system. What you can do is tell someone to use their ability or fall back or hold this area. Nah, because apparently Roblox thinks everyone on the platform is playing a military shooter or a war game and nobody is ever hanging out. And the general menu is where things get baffling. So, like, every button is some form of agreement. Like, confirm. Okay, nice one. Got it. Those are like the messages you have to put in the chat. Not a single button that lets you say no, decline, or cancel anything. So if someone asks you to follow them somewhere and you don't want to go, or like invites you to do something you're not interested in, your only options are to either awkwardly spam unrelated buttons like oof or my bad to try and communicate refusal, or just follow them anyway because the system gives you no way out and you have no choice. Roblox built a communication system for a platform used by millions of children where children cannot say no. That sentence should not be possible to write about a feature that was clearly designed with child safety in mind, but here we are. And it gets better, like, screenshots have been circulating showing players using these pre approved quick words, only for the messages to come out completely hashtagged on the other end. The automated text filter, which is supposed to be the moderation system that catches unsafe content, is actively censoring the exact words that Roblox itself approved and built into the feature. Like, the system is flagging its own safe words, the pre approved messages, as unsafe. And like the moderation cannot recognize content that the moderation teams themselves created and signed off on. This has Roblox's AI moderation in its natural habitat. The same systems that bans people for having chicken shirts cannot tell the difference between a player typing a bad word and a player using a pre-approved button that Roblox itself programmed. And something that hasn't got enough attention in the conversation around this feature is how obviously it was designed with one specific type of game in mind. The vocabulary you have is almost entirely combat and coordination language. Attack, fall back, spread out, hold this area, usability. I mean that works fine if you're playing a competitive shooter or a military game, but it's utterly useless if you're in a roleplay game or hangout server or tycoon or a football game or simulator or driving or anything in the casual space, which is like 90% of Roblox because shooters aren't that popular. So the players who arguably need an alternative communication system the most, the younger players spending time in casual games, are the ones getting a chat feature filled with tactical comments that make no sense in their context. It's not just the words are limited, it's that they're limited in a direction that serves one genre and ignores almost everything else. There is also a trade button included in some of these menus, and it highlights how half finished this whole chat system feels. So, like, tapping this button sends the word trade to another player, which tells them you want to make a deal but gives you absolutely nothing to actually have that conversation. No vocabulary at all. I mean, you can't say what item you want, what you're offering, whether their counter offer is acceptable or not, or anything relevant to actually complete the trade. It's a button that opens a conversation, it has no tools to continue. And to make it even more pointless, This trade button shows up universally across games, including games that have no trading system at all, like no point. So players in games with no economy are getting a trade prompt that leads nowhere. And players in actual games with actual trading economies are getting a single word button that can't support any part of that interaction. This whole thing sucks. I mean, what can I say? I hate the verification Roblox made. I hate age verification, and I very strongly lean with the opinions that says everyone should chat, like everyone, no matter what. Like, I mean, it's a social game, so everyone is expected to chat with everyone. But to combat the problems about children, that part is on moderation and Roblox actively watching their games, not closing it all. This leads to great mess like the one we're in right now. Like back in 2007, Roblox had a safe chat system like this one almost 20 years ago. And that system used drop-down menus letting players string together actual social interactions. You could greet someone, ask questions, give compliments, send a friend request, all using preset options that kept things safe without stripping out basic human interaction. It was actually better than now, like it had a personality to it. But the 22.5, or like we're in 22.6, the 22.6 version of that same concept managed to be worse in almost every measurable way. No greetings, no basic manners, and a filter that censors its own words, genre bias toward combat games, and nah, man, this is so bad. It's trash. It's garbage. It's useless. It's nonsense. Fucking nonsense. And there are rumors floating around that Roblox might eventually let developers customize these quick word menus for their own games. And that's being framed as a solution. It isn't. So if every game has a different set of quick words with different layouts and different buttons in different positions, players have to relearn the entire system from scratch every time they join a new server. The whole point of a quick chat feature is muscle memory, clicking fast without having to think about where things are. That advantage disappears completely if the menus are constantly different depending on which game you're in. More importantly, letting developers fix a broken platform feature in their own games is just Roblox offloading their responsibility onto creators rather than actually fixing the underlying problem they shipped. But still, it would be better than the nonsense we're in right now. So yeah, a communication system that can't say hello, can only agree with everything, like you have no personality whatsoever, and it censors its own pre-approved words and works only for one game genre that represents a very tiny fraction of actual playtime. That's what Roblox shipped as a solution for players who can't use regular text chat. It's not that the idea was bad, like it's the execution suggests nobody who actually plays this platform in a casual context was involved in deciding what words to include. It's like they just chose random words and said, oh, this works, and this one looks good, and like mashed them up together with no relation, no thinking. I'm tired, bro. See you in the next one.